All right, welcome back. Now we actually going to see how we create relationships among our tables. Okay, so this is what we did so far, and we also saw that there could be some relationships in our tables. Okay, there could be some relationships in our table. So by default, Power BI is going to establish that kind of relationship in our table for us. Okay, but we need to know how this relationship is done, right? Because most of the time you're also going to need to do these things manually, right? You're also going to have tables where you need to establish relationships among those tables, right? So we're going to see how that is done. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to get rid of all these relationships that has been created by default by Power BI. Okay, I'm going to get rid of them, and then I'm also going to rearrange the various tables, right, so that we can now create these relationships by ourselves. Okay, by ourselves without it's good that Power BI is doing it, but as I said, there could be situations where you need to establish this kind of relationship by yourself. Okay, so we're going to see how that relationship is being created. All right. Now, the importance here is that to be very good in Power BI, you need to be able to build what is called models, okay, and not just reports. Because most people using Power BI just focus on building reports and that's it, right? But that is not, being a pro in Power BI. Okay, while reports are important, being able to build models show how professional you are. All right. So let me just rearrange my tables in this way. All right, I'm just going to pick this one and push these ones up, and I'm gonna I'll explain to you why I'm rearranging them this way. Okay, I'll explain to you why I'm doing that. So let me push this one here, and then bring this one close here, and then bring this one here, and let me lift this one up here. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring this one here and bring this one here. Great. So this is how I'm going to rearrange my tables. Now I've divided this one into two, right? You can see that I have two tables here, then I have the rest of the tables over here, right? Now these ones are called data tables, the sales and then the budget. They are called data tables. They are called data tables because most of the time they are going to take or contain very much long list of records in there, or list of rows in there. Okay, because you can make a whole lot of sales maybe throughout the year, right? But the products are going to be the same. Let's say a company have 5 products, right? Or maybe let's pick, say, Apple, for instance, right? Let's say Apple is having MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, right? And then maybe iPod and iPhone. Let's say that's the product that they have, right? But if you think about the number of sales that they will make within the year, it's going to be a whole lot, okay? So the number of sales are going to be recorded in sales table. It's going to be a whole lot of rows or records in there, right? In the same way, on the budget too, sometimes the budget can be very long. Okay, the budget too can be very long. Different budgets can be created, which is going to be related to different things in the company, right? Some will go to different departments and so on and so forth. Okay, some money will come, they will record, some will go out, they will cancel, and so on. So it's also going to have a whole lot of rows over there, right? Now the ones that you have up here, right, these ones are called lookup table. Okay, they are called lookup tables. They are called lookup tables because they simply answer the questions of the who, the what, the when, the where, and then the how. Okay, for instance, you can answer the question like who bought what product. Okay, so in that case, to answer that who question, you need to look into the customer table, and to answer what the customer bought, you need to look into the product table. Okay, and maybe how many items or something like that. When the customer pages that, then you need to look into the calendar table, right? So these ones actually answer the who, the when, the what, and the how, right? Something like that, right? Or maybe the where. Okay, where did the customer buy it? So for instance, Apple is having a lot of products all over the world. Okay, so if they have sales table, they want to see where did the customer, or maybe even within one region, like say California, they have a lot of branches over there. So where did the customer buy the product, right? Something like that. And in that case, you look into the territories table. So here we call them lookup tables, and then here we call them data tables. All right. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to establish those relationships that we saw earlier for you to see how it is done. Okay. so that later on, if you want to do these things manually, you will be able to do it by yourself. All right. So now the sales and then the customer table, I'm going to find what is common between them so that I will establish that kind of relationship, right? So you can see that I have sales, I have customer key here, and then I have customer key, right? So I'm going to drag this customer key to the customer key that we have over here. Now you see that when I reach that customer key, or when I reach any of the other data points there, you see that there will be some dotted rectangle around that. So once I do that, once I see the rectangle is around the key that I want, I drop it over there. Okay, and that's it. And then the relationship is going to be established for me. Now you see that it's working over there. Now you see that it has established. All right. Now you can see that you see that we have one here, and then we have star here, right? Now this one, we call it one to many. Okay, one to many relationship over here. It's because one customer here can buy a lot of products, and on the sales table, different records are gonna be there, right? One customer can buy Apple phone, or iPhone, and then the same customer can buy MacBook Pro, right, and so on. So different products, but the same person can make those kind of sales. So one customer to many sales. All right. The same way we can do the same thing on the product. So in the products, I have product key here, which I'm going to drag that product key to a product key over here. Now you see that I have product key here. I drop it there, and then the relationship is going to be established. Okay. Now the direction, you can see that I have an arrow here pointing downward. Okay. That one is called unidirectional. Okay. From one table flowing to another. Okay. But in some cases, you will be having bidirectional. Okay. You'll be having bidirectional. We see those ones later on, but right now you need to just concentrate yourself with this bidirectional relationship. Okay. You see that I'm dragging from here sales to the others, but it doesn't really matter. You can drag it from the other tables also here. Okay. The lookup tables also to the data tables, right? Either of them. So here I have let me see what is common, right? Sales territory key. So yeah, I can drag it and bring it over here. Okay, and then the relationship is gonna be established for me. That's it. Okay, now if I go here, if I go into calendar, we see that here we have order date, then here we have date. Okay, so that's what I'm going to base on to establish the relationship. All right, so I'm just gonna drag it, and then I connect. All right, so the direction, that's not really where you drag from, does not really matter. You can drag it from down and then up, but it's just okay. All right, now let's give some dignity to this budget, right? So from budget, I'm going to based on product key, connect it to the product. Okay, so let's see, product keys here. I connect, right, and then here I'm going to use the month, right? I'm going to connect the month to the date over here. All right. Okay, now you see that the relationship is established nicely for us. Okay, so this is how you create the relationships between or among your tables that you have in Power BI. All right. Now next, we're going to see how you can establish these kind of relationships using some sort of visuals over there, right? All right, so we will see that in the next session.